Hi, I'm Ryan from Ryfab. Today we're going to give you a quick video on how to install a tonneau cover, Ryfab tonneau cover on a General. This is General machine. Here's a basic layout of all your hardware. It'll be in your instructions so you can kind of know, but this is everything you need to install it. Everything else is pre-assembled. So first of all, we're going to start with assembling the mounting hardware on the sides of the bed. You'll put 4 of these on there. So you'll start with 6-inch bolt, large washer, rubber grommet, small washer, and nut. Mike, can you hold that up? So run the bolt through there. Plates on the bottom, that's what stops the rubber. Line that up. Put this raised edge up. Then the 1-inch washer, flange nut. And just snug them right to hand tight. Not tight, but just snug. So we'll repeat that on 4 times, 2 on each side. Okay, now we've installed the 4 mounting hardwares and the 2 on each side. Now you'll take note that the latch plate, striker plate's already on there, and the rubber seal's on here and around the top. And the latch is all installed, and if that isn't there, then you need to contact us and get us to send it to you, because we messed up, but that's the way it should come. So now we'll move over to the machine itself. Okay, next we're going to install this backing plate, or whatever you want to call it, rises up on the tailgate. First of all, you're going to want to remove the 6 torque screws. They're in the bed right here. I've already removed these. We've had this on this machine before. Just remove them, discard them, they're not used. And then you take these stainless steel bolts and they'll go in place of them. All 6, oh, sorry, I was supposed to put this spacer in there first. You can do it either way, one or the other. Okay, now this little triangle piece here will go on the back side of the bed with that spacer in there. Carries the bolt up through. And then the flange nut on top of that. Repeat on the other side. You want to make sure that this is in there square. They could get off a little bit of an angle there. I'm tipped there. See, now I'm flat. This is just added support for this plate. Okay, you want to make sure you don't over torque these. So just good and snug, and then tighten them down. You shouldn't have any trouble there. Next, we're going to show you how to install the rubber seal that goes around the tailgate. Helps keep the dust out of it. We got them pretty tight now. You're going to want to I'm using lacquer thinner to etch this to clean it, so there's no oils on there, to help that rubber D-shape sit on there. Get you some rubber gloves. You can use your wife's fingernail polish remover to do this. Or lacquer thinner or anything like that. After you've wash it off, let it dry really well for a few minutes before you start applying the seal. need a whole lot. Oh, yes, and use safety glasses so you don't splash it in your eyes. So we're just gonna clean that really good right on there, down in between the bed, as best we can. This side. I'm gonna use a little screwdriver to get down there the best I can. Okay, that's all. Next, just start your D-shaped rubber. We're going to run a piece across the bottom. So I just barely start it so I can slide it down in there. I like it down as low as I can, and then as I poke it down, I'll just pull that off. We'll trim that just right there. You might just shut your tailgate right there and make sure it's in there good. You don't want it above the bed. Okay, next we'll run a piece up the side here. It's going to go right against that bottom one. Right up the side of it. Trim it right to the top of that. And then put a little piece right in here. Now note that we've already added this piece on this machine. There's a little piece of D-shaped right on the side of that. You need to clean it there too. It kind of leaves a little gap in here, one spot I noticed as we shut the tailgate right there without that little piece. Probably doesn't necessarily have to go all the way, but we'll furnish you enough to do that. So we'll just repeat this on the other side. This one's already done. Okay, we've opened the bed up. The tailgate's closed. We've opened the bed. That's the easiest way to install this. It's kind of hard to get in with the bed down. Now we'll just set that on there. Line those four up and drop them in there. You'll open the tailgate right there. Let's see if we can actually close this now. Now what you're going to do is line this. The back of this is lined up flush with the bed there. It's a little bit under here, but that's kind of your line-up point. I'm using an impact. You can just use a wrench to just snug this up. You're going to have to open the tailgate against the bed again. Make sure this is down tight. Okay, now you can set that down for a second.
You want to tighten your other side?
No. Yeah, go. Just stop here. Okay, we're going to install the ones across the back. And these, we just put them on later. Same with the rubber grommet. I'm using a big washer on the bottom of these because you can get to them and then they'll pull the bed down better. Okay, I want you to note you cannot use these three with this hardware because it hits the top of the air cleaner. So just put the one on this side and then 2 or 3 on that side, whatever you prefer. You're furnished with 4, but yeah, I would go ahead and probably put those 2 and the one on the end and this end and leave those. So we'll go ahead and do that. Buggers to line up sometimes without being able to see it. There it goes. Using the large washer again on all of these back ones. Okay, we're just gonna crank these down. Just mushroom that out a little bit, and that's all you got to do. You don't have to overdo it. If you want, you can run a little silicone bead around the bed before you put this on. That'll seal it up a little better. We'll get a little leakage right there. I haven't done one on this one, but okay, we'll go ahead and close the bed now. Now we're going to install the shock brackets. I've cut this piece of tube, but you cut a broom handle or anything to hold that up if you're alone. So the shock, you'll just put it, it's on the bottom holes, what we're doing here in this bracket on this that goes on the bed rails. Shock goes like this direction, so this is up, that's on there. So this angled flange goes on the driver's side, on the outside, same under there. Four 1/4 inch bolts. I'm running the bolts through from the outside, inside out, from the outside. Okay, these two on the back rail, you have to shut the lid to get to them nuts on the back. So what I do is run them through, put a little duct tape or something will hold them in there. So I can close the lid and get those nuts on there. Now the bolts are just protruding there. You can start these on there. Then we'll repeat that on the other side. So now you can remove the duct tape once you've got them bolts on there and just tighten those four up. You can get to them now. Repeat on the other side. Okay, we'll just remove that. Now you can hook the shock up. We're from this ball stud is from the third hole up. I think you can go to the second one too without the rack hitting the window. But you just have to watch that as far as height, whatever works for you. And then the only thing to there is close it. And you want to just make sure it's good and snug. If it's got a little wiggle, you can adjust these things. I've got them all the way down, I believe. You can go up a little bit if it's a little too tight for you. But it should do a good job. You can put plenty of weight on top of it, sealed up pretty much. So, thank you. If you want colors, this is blue, I know, because the General's blue. We'll do them black. We will do the blue. We can do those whites. But normally it'll just come just the plain aluminum or black. Your preference.